So I'm going to take you guys through a quick 5-minute shoulder hand warm-up situation. So to begin, go ahead and come onto your hands and your knees. I'm going to face sideways to you so you can sort of see what's going on. And you're actually going to lower your elbows to the ground. Now stagger your elbows. So take one of your elbows up a little bit more and slightly to the other side. So I'm going to take my right elbow up and slightly to the left. From here, just begin rounding your back and arching your back. Make sure you're breathing, and you can breathe however you would like. Just make sure you're breathing at some point. Now take whatever elbow you had forward back and swap it. Rounding and arching your back. And notice my torso is not shifting forward and back. It's staying right over my shoulders and my hips. Come on up into a seated position. Turn your fingers forward, and you're going to begin curling your fingers in one knuckle at a time. Curling your fingers. When you can't curl your fingers anymore, roll your knuckles towards your elbows. Now your knuckles roll away, and you open your fingers. Stay with that. And notice how when your fingers and your knuckles roll towards your upper arms, you might feel a sense of work or strength through your upper extremities. Take one more. Now take your hands behind you as you come into a seated position and let your fingers angle out. So my fingers are pointing away from each other. Yours might not be pointed exactly away from each other. They might be angled back a little bit, or they might be angled forward a little bit. Play with the position to see what works best for you. Begin pressing through the center heels of your palms. It's like those are reaching down into the ground. Keep reaching, and then begin to lift your hips up a little bit. And once your hips lift up a little bit, just shift your hips from side to side. And as you shift your hips from side to side, your torso will go from side to side too. And notice how that puts more pressure on the center heel of whatever hand you're rocking towards. Take one more each way. Ease down, come back into a seated position. Take your forearms towards each other. And when you take your forearms towards each other, your knuckles are going to come towards your face. Now reach your forearms away from each other. And as you reach your forearms away from each other, uncurl your hands and reach your fingers towards the floor. Curl your hands back in, bend your elbows, forearms towards each other, actively, and then reach them away and reach the fingers away. Notice how my fingers are pointing straight towards the floor. Take just a couple more there. And again, just make sure you're breathing, however feels good for you. After your last one, shake your arms out for a second. Take your hands back to the floor. Again, I'll do this sideways to you. You're going to come into a down dog situation and lift the heel of one hand up. Set it down. Lift the heel of the other hand up. Again, just go back and forth. After your next one, keep the heels of both hands down. Shrug your shoulders down. Shrug your shoulders up. Take one more. Lower your knees to the ground. Come into a seated position. And let your left hand start reaching to different points in the room. Watch it with your eyes. So wherever your hand goes, your eyes and your head goes. Let the hand initiate the motion. Switch sides. Go ahead and rest the hands down. Take your left hand to the floor. You're going to keep your left palm on the floor, and I just want you to move your legs and your torso around your arm. Don't let your right hand come to the floor. You could also do this on a wall if you don't feel secure with your left hand against the floor. Switch sides. Right hand comes to the floor. And go ahead and relax. Hope you enjoyed that. And this is a good warm-up to do if you've been seated at the computer all day, or if you're about to sit at the computer all day. And again, it doesn't take long, just 5 minutes. All right.